Okay, so Robot, um, I'm frustrated. Now, I just got off this conference call that the legal team that is working on Liberia just had, and they got on there and they were reading some letters from Panabab Yanun, Dr. Malachi York. And in these letters, Dr. York explained the history of what went on in Liberia and the confusion that occurred and how Walter Young, the brother of Mayor Andrew Young, how Walter Young was appointed to his position as Honorary Consul General for the Republic of Liberia Consulate for Atlanta, Georgia. Honorary Consul General. And you can look Walter Young up online. He was like a dentist, a physician of some sort. And he was also the brother of the famous mayor of Atlanta, Andrew Young. So the master teacher explained in the letters how he was appointed to the position by Charles Taylor, meaning Dr. York was appointed to the position by Charles Taylor. But Walter Young was appointed to the position by another group of people, and there was conflict in Liberia at the time. I think there was like Samuel Doe and others. And anyway, there was confusion and conflict going on at that time. So when Charles Taylor took over the country, Walter Young was supposed to step down from the position as Honorary Consul General, but he didn't. And Charles Minor, who was I guess he was the ambassador in Washington, D.C. at the time, was supposed to be called back to Liberia, but all the people who was working in the Liberian consulate and the embassy were scared to go back because of the conflict that was going on. They were scared for their lives. So they didn't want to be repatriated back. So Dr. York explained how he never, even though he was appointed that position by Charles Taylor, he never took the post. So you can't find Dr. York as a honorary consul general in the State Department. So then he went on further in the letter to explain that that one, when President Ellen Sirleaf came into office, and after they was able to, all the confusion kind of subsided, he was able to get his diplomatic passport, and he was able to basically get prove that he was appointed that position. Okay. So there's a lot of things going on in the courts over in Liberia. And so this is why they have the lawyers. Because the thing is, there are three lawyers, and one of the lawyers spoke in the conference call. There are three lawyers. And I've actually heard another lawyer, an African lawyer, speak. And the money that everyone is spending, or that people, should be sending, I don't know, whether that's your decision, is to help with this legal fight, I guess, to establish whatever's going on over there in Africa. But this is the thing, okay? So it's established that Dr. York, if Dr. York was appointed the position that Walter Young was already in, then it's established clearly now. Clearly, there's no argument that Walter Young was the honorary consul general for Liberia, for the Republic of Liberia, in the state of in the city of Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, so that would mean Dr. York was supposed to be honorary consul general for the Republic of Liberia for the consulate of Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. The current honorary consul general, Republic of Liberia, consulate, Atlanta, Georgia, is Cynthia Lynn Blandford, who took over from Walter Young when he stepped down. Okay? She is an honorary consul. Okay? Honorary consuls, if you would just go look up the immunities that honorary consul generals have, you can look it up online. They have a listing. They can be federally prosecuted. They have a very limited diplomatic immunity. And furthermore, listen carefully, because I'm not going to keep repeating this. If you really love Pops, if you're really concerned about his freedom, if you really don't want to keep going through the same cycle and passing by the same tree, then listen to what I'm telling you. And don't just believe me, check this out and research it, because this stuff has got to stop. We got to stop feeding in to this crap if we want to get him free. Listen to me carefully. Honorary consuls they have a very limited diplomatic immunity. They can be federally prosecuted. And here is the big catcher. An honorary consul is either a U.S. citizen. To be an honorary consul, you have to either be a U.S. citizen or a permanent alien resident from the sending country. And you also have to be confirmed through the U.S. State Department. So let's say that Dr. York, the Sacred Master, was actually appointed honorary consul general, which he was, and then confirmed by the State Department, right? That would mean he would have had to have been a permanent alien resident or a U.S. citizen, right? And if they wanted to bring federal charges against him and lock him up, they could do it. Now, if he gave up his citizenship and became a permanent alien resident, meaning that he gave up his U.S. citizenship and is a Liberian citizen, but was a permanent alien resident, okay, now the problem becomes the United States does not have a bilateral treaty with Liberia for prison transfers, period. So they're saying that the lawyer got on the conference call a couple of weeks ago and said that all of the legal remedies in the United States on the federal level, he said they have all been exhausted. And then now the only thing left is diplomatic, is things that are going on over there in Africa. So, which I don't believe that, by the way. I believe that he's innocent, and he is. If we scour through the court records and look for, we made a mistake somewhere, we could figure out where that was made. But we can't keep doing this shit. We can't keep playing this Liberian game, because honorary consul generals are U.S. citizens or permanent alien residents, and they have a very limited diplomatic immunity. They can be federally prosecuted. What is so hard about that to understand? What are we doing here? This is disgusting. I'm really getting sick of this. Anyway, that's my time. Do your research. If you love Pops, do your research into who the Honorary Consul General is. What powers the Honorary Consul General has. What are their immunities? Can they be federally prosecuted? What are the requirements? Are they U.S. citizens or not? I mean, do your homework if you say you love Pops. I know that the sisters that are taking care of these legal remedies, Satra and all of them. I know that they're sincere, but goddamn, use your noggin, use your brain. Once you see something's not going to work, you got to change up and do something else. How hard is it for you to see that the Honorary Consul General doesn't have diplomatic immunity? That they're permanent alien residents or U.S. citizens? That they're honorary consul generals? That's like getting a goddamn honorary degree from some university.